Hi everybody, welcome to Zephyr's Garage. Recently, when having the F-150 serviced, it was suggested that I replace the under engine pan. And this is a piece of hairy cardboard, really, that goes underneath the engine and helps with aerodynamics, but also catches any leaks or anything and keeps it from dripping down onto the ground. Now, over time, these pans tend to wear out, tear, or whatever, and they need to be replaced. And so I'm going to show you some video of our recent oil change that they actually filmed where they inspected the video and recommended changing this. So I'll switch to that video right now.
We didn't know that your undershield is starting to, basically all already kind of torn off, except for the zip tie right here. Definitely would recommend one. I'll definitely let that fighter know. I could try to put a zip tie on there maybe, but I would highly recommend it. It could end up falling off. So.
We're underneath our Ford F-150, and you can see we have a problem here. Some people call this a saggy diaper. Others call it a under engine pan. But in our case, ours has just seen better days. It is totally shot. The mounting points are all broken off. It's being held in by zip ties, and it barely survives any oil changes anymore. In fact, the last time I went to Ford to have this oil changed, they suggested I replace this. Ford wants $177 for this. It's just basically fiberboard, kind of glorified cardboard. Some people call it hairy cardboard. So obviously that wasn't my preference of a way to go with this. So we're going to replace it with one that I picked up on eBay, which is all metal. And I'll show you that one in a minute. The first thing we need to do is get this one out of the way, which I don't think is going to be too difficult. Like I said, it's just being held in with zip ties, so I'm going to get a pair of wire cutters, come in here and just snip the zip ties and let it drop. I'm hoping we can just reuse all the original hardware on this. It did come with new hardware that I could swap over if I have to, but I have all the original hardware here, so I think I'm going to just try to replace that, or reuse that on the new one. So let's get going. Alright, so we're going to just come in here with the wire cutters, cut this off. I think we get up to the front there. There are some bolts. I don't know if they're actually holding it in place or is it more zip ties. I think it's a combination of both. We'll get those out of the way and get this dropped down so we can replace it. These are 8mm screws, so we'll pull them out, set them all aside because we're going to try to reuse them. I think there's one over on the other side we're going to have to get, and a couple in the front. A little bit of trouble with one bolt over here. I think it's just a little bit rusty, and the socket's not wanting to fit on it very well. A little bit of messing with me. That, or it's been replaced at some point. Got it. So let's take a look at these two parts. All right, so this is a part we took off the truck. Hi, Lincoln. You can help out. This is my assistant, Lincoln. And as you can see, it's lost its shape. The corners are all tore out on it. Been using zip ties to hold it in place. So it's a mess. So this is what we bought to replace it. I got it on eBay. I'm not sponsored by them, or there was no promotional give me this or anything like that. I bought it. It costs about $80, including shipping. It's metal as opposed to hairy cardboard. So I think this will last much better. And it's really just the reverse of putting it in. There's bolts that go here, 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 and here. There's a little tab here, so the way you want to put it in is you want to hook this tab here up into the frame to hold the front, and then attach some of the back bolts in place. Now, it did come with new hardware, and I could use that new hardware on this if I want. Not sure if it makes a difference or not. A little more work, plus the hardware isn't rust corrosion prevented. That's not even a word. The new hardware isn't zinc coated or anything, I don't think. So I don't think it's going to hold up to weather. I'd rather use the original hardware, which is from Ford, which will probably be better weather protected. But I do have an issue with one of the bolts is kind of a little rusty, so I'll have to put some lubricant on that. At some point I'll probably get some new hardware for it, but I want to make sure it's automotive grade hardware. This seems to be coated and painted pretty well. I was thinking that I might have to give it a paint job, but apparently it's got a decent finish on it. I don't know how well it's going to hold up for corrosion or not, but we're going to give it a shot. It's much cheaper than $177 for another piece of hairy cardboard. Right, Lincoln? Right. After taking a minute to evaluate some of the original hardware, like this screw here and some of these other ones, I kind of think I'm going to go with the new hardware. It's not perfect, but this stuff is getting some of this is a little rusty, and I'm not sure if I want to reuse it, so I'm going to go with the new hardware. So the new hardware comes with washers, bolts, and these clips that will go in and replace the existing ones in there. And I'll swap all that out, and then we'll slide this in place. Okay, so there's these clips right here that need to be removed, and I'm hoping I can get them with a screwdriver. There we go. And we're just substituting the new clips. Make sure you put the threaded part up. There. And there's a little alignment piece there that clips in, holds it in place. So we have 3 more of these to do, and we'll knock them out. 2 more up there, and 1 over on the other side. Okay, so now we're going to slide the new pan in place, and like I said, there's a little tab in the front that you kind of use to line it up, and then you slip in the back screws and then the front screws, and everything's tightened up and held into place, and it shouldn't be dragging down the road like the old one. Actually, I think if I get the screw started here first, might make it a little easier. Well, extra hands would definitely be appreciated in doing this job. Yeah, there we go. Put that one in. Maybe go try for put the front one in, or the other side in first, and see if we can get the front ones in. all in place. There's a new piece. It sits much flusher with the bottom of the truck. It's not hanging down. It's metal, so it's not going to deform and deteriorate and fall off after a few years of use. Sits on there nice and tight. Everything fit in place. A little bit of messing around trying to get everything lined up, but it went pretty well. We've got rid of the old diaper and got a new underpan on the truck. Everything's nice and tight and good for the next few 1,000 miles, hopefully to the rest of the life of the truck. If you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to Zephyr's Garage and give us a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Leave us a comment if you've ever done this on your F-150 and you've had to replace the diaper on that. And until the next time, guys, we'll see you all down the road. Take care.